Hey Sagittarius, thank you for tuning into my channel. This is Lotus Magic, bringing you your October 2018 Oracle Guidance message. Now we're hitting fall, and the days are getting shorter. So we're not getting as much sunlight as we used to during the summer, and this definitely affects the moods and behaviors of ourselves because we are wanting to get indoors a little bit more. But the theme that I'm kind of getting for you is really to try to embrace the sun as much as possible, getting some more sun, doing a little sunbathing, not really necessarily like laying on the beach, but just getting out and getting a little bit more of the sun, soaking up the sun rays a little bit more, because they definitely help to lift your spirit and balance your chakras. The sun carries all the colors of the rainbow, and so when we take in the sunlight, it definitely helps us balance our energy. So getting out and doing a little bit more of that to try to help you keep your spirits up. So your oracle guidance message for October comes from the Goddess of Awakening. And it says, this is a wondrous time of exploration, romance, and creativity. So I'm getting a feeling that for a lot of the Sagittarius collective, this month is a month where you're going to have the urge to explore yourself, not just like explore, like take a trip or explore and discover new places per se, but I feel like you're on like the verge of really wanting to have some exploration within yourself, sexually, and your romantic side might be peaking, and this also plays a part in your creativity, because our sacral chakra is our creative and our sexuality zone. So definitely wanting to explore yourself sexually and creatively is like really the energy I'm picking up for October. So if this is you, you're right on track, and you really need to focus on keeping your energies balanced. So that emotional, because our sacral chakra also rules our emotions. So if your emotions have been getting in the way of this, you're going to need to really focus this month on finding ways to balance your emotions. And that can be through creativity, doing something creative, writing, singing, dancing, painting, just things that allow you to be creative, whatever your creative side is. Really getting into that. That's also going to help you romantically. And like I said, you're wanting to explore new depths of yourself. That's just really what I'm getting. Exploring new depths of yourself. Really shining your light and allowing your true self to really emerge, both sexually and creatively. So yay, that sounds nice. Where you need to focus your energy for October is communication, adventure, and physical activity. So what I'm getting from this, just overall, this is kind of what I'm getting. Many of you in the collective may be in a relationship and you haven't been able to connect sexually lately. Maybe there's been some conflicts, and it's blocking your creative, it's taking your power, it's draining you. The conflicts are draining you. So because you feel so drained, it's definitely blocking your connection romantically with your partner, and it's definitely blocking your creativity. So if you're usually quite creative with things, you just haven't had that creative juice. And it's because right now the conflicts in your relationship may be blocking this. So communication is really trying to tell you that it's time to speak your truth, but do so lovingly. Sag can be very blunt, and so you definitely want to speak your truth in a way that your partner's going to listen. So speak your truth and communicate your needs, communicate your desires, communicate what you feel is contributing to the conflict. Okay, and teach your partner, because this level of communication is also like a larger scale. So it means that what you're using your communication not just for a person to hear what you're saying, but you're using your communication to teach your partner about your needs, to teach your partner how to treat you, how to teach them how to be more open-minded. You're using it to teach your partner just overall the way you want to be treated. Okay? So definitely focus on communicating your truth without the fear of being judged, without the fear of being talked about or looked down upon, because you have a right to have your needs met in the relationship too. And you also have the right to express when their behaviors are harming you and blocking you from shining your true light. You have the right to do that. You just need to understand that it's not about being right. It's about teaching someone how to treat you. Here you also got adventure. So I feel like what you really want to communicate to your partner is that you want to try something new. You want to go to new places. You want to do new things. You want to explore the world outside, take a trip. You just want to explore more. And it could be that you even want to explore more sexually, but maybe you have a fear of being judged, but you won't know until you do. And doing so in a manner that doesn't make your partner feel as if you're looking down on them for not being as open-minded or causing the conflict will definitely help them be more receptive to what you're saying. But you're definitely in a place right now where you really just want to explore more out of life in general, whether it's sexually, creatively, physically. I feel like you're just in a place where it's like you want to break free and see the sun. You want to break free and do more. Not just what you've been doing. Not the mundane, regular stuff that you've been doing. You want to do new things. You even want to do new things by yourself, too. You have things that you want to explore as an individual. Not even just necessarily as a couple, but even as an individual, you have things that you want to explore. Well, you need to communicate that, because you have the right to do that. You have the right to be an individual regardless. Even if you're in a relationship, you still have the right to be who you are and let your light shine. And sometimes it's going to be different from things that your partner is used to you doing. They're going to be you're going to have different interests than your partner, and that's okay. As long as it is your individual interests don't take you to the point where you become selfish and you're not considerate and you're not balancing what you do together with what you do for yourself. What's the problem? So I'm feeling like you have things that you want to explore by yourself, but you also have things that you want to explore within the relationship to make it better. But your partner's not a mind reader, and it does not help by having an attitude, the silent treatment, and all those manipulative tactics that we tend to take to try to get people to understand us. Speak your truth. You're good at that. It's just doing it the right way, but you're good at that. you're good at speaking your truth. But perhaps you've kind of been feeling like the conflicts in the relationship have taken your power away to do that. So you really need to get it back and let your partner know that you need to explore new things. And I'm only speaking on worst case scenario. There comes a times in a relationship where we have to lay it on the line. Like, I can't allow this relationship to stop me from being who I am and exploring who I am and doing things I love to do. So at some point, if the resistance becomes too strong, you have to know when to walk away. Because you can't put your partner's happiness over your own. Because all that does is dim your light. And then you're just in a relationship with someone that you don't like, you don't really care about, and there's all this conflict. And what's the point? That's not fair to both of you. To be honest, it's not fair to hold on to a person who really doesn't make you happy. It's not fair to them because all they're getting from you is that low vibrating energy. You're not even giving them like the loving compassion and things like that. You're just with them and you're giving them that low vibrating energy. That's not fair to them, and it's not fair to yourself. So you're going to need to really focus on communicating what you want to explore. What do you want from your partner romantically? What do you want to do in your life? What do you want to create in your life? It's not even about arts and crafts and things like that. What do you want to create? What are you creating? What is your plans for the future? You have every right to be able to express that, and you have every right to be able to be heard. You have every right to be able to explore those things in a relationship. And if a person is blocking you from doing that, then you have to know that you come first. Your light comes first. And you have to know when to walk away. Okay, your last energy card comes from physical activity. So I'm kind of taking this in a couple of ways where normally I would take this as exercise. I'm definitely focusing, I'm picking up on the energy of needing to become more sexually physical. Like really connecting to your partner. And this is where the expressing your truth about what you want romantically, sexually, you know, things that you want to explore romantically with your partner are coming into play so that you can get back into enjoying the physical activities in your relationship. And that could be sexually, that could be just being together, being out together, going out, starting to do things on a more physical level. So you definitely need to focus your energy on expressing what you need in order to get yourself back to this point, to the point where you want to be out with your partner, planning a trip somewhere that will probably help you guys romantically. But at the end of the day, you won't get it if you're not communicating that. Okay, your partner's not a mind reader. And like I said earlier, it's not fair for you to play the attitude card, and it's not fair to play the pouting game to get them to try to figure out what's wrong with you. You may as well just say what's wrong, get it out, and allow your partner to do what they need to do to help you. Okay? You also need to stand in your truth, and even if it's taking a trip by yourself, maybe you need to take a trip by yourself to get some of that time. And that's okay. You should be able to do that too. Okay? If your partner trusts you, if trust is not an issue, what's the problem? Okay? So if a physical trip is what you need by yourself, see, now the train's coming. Get on the train and go. So your healing insight message comes from Ajoite, I think I'm saying it right. And it reads, put down your burdens, knowing you are a being of light. Resolve conflicts and forgive those who wounded you. Give someone a second chance. Honor your promises. Find the best solution for everyone. Let your dispassionate compassion encompass all. Charity or volunteer work is indicated. So it's really just kind of reiterating what I was saying, that if there's been conflict in the relationship, it's time for you to work those issues out so you can get back to your light, you can get back your power, get into your light. But it's also time for you to honor your promises. If there's changes in the relationship that you need to make, that your partner has communicated to you, you need to honor those promises. Remember, everything in a relationship is give and take. So even if you haven't necessarily been